guys, this is Thomas McIntosh with Macintosh Trading, and today I'm bringing you guys another video. Today we're actually going to talk about kind of what I look for when I'm swinging stocks, and how you guys can kind of decide what you want to swing, and what's smart to swing and what is not smart to swing. So I guess these are going to be three examples here. These are stocks that I'm actually swinging right now, and I'm going to kind of give a reason why, and I'm going to give a reason of kind of what I looked for and why I chose to swing these. So first off, here we have KALA, and this stock has FDA approval on October 30th, which from right now is about 30 days away. And when I first actually alerted this stock, I believe I alerted it somewhere around here. And the reason I alerted it is because I knew that FDA approval was on the 30th, and usually if you're about a month and a half to 2 months out, you're pretty much guaranteed gains. When it started moving up here, I actually thought that this was going to be the start of a big reversal, but for some reason we just got this large sell-off the day after, the next day, the next day, the next day. So we actually missed taking profits up here, but I've just been holding. I have a decent average. It is slightly below my average now, but I'm just kind of waiting on that one to come back. Now, the reason I began swinging the stock is obviously because of that FDA approval coming up, and then also it just kind of has been forming a base here. The only way for it really to go up, or the only way for it to go really was up. So I just kind of took a position, and I didn't really need to use a stop loss just because I knew that they did have that catalyst. And when you compare FDA approval run-ups like AQST, as you can see here, it just had this run-up. The same thing with LPCN. You just always get a run-up to FDA approvals, just no matter what. Even if it gets approved or not, you're just always guaranteed that run-up. So these are my favorite ones. You guys can go, there is a website. It's called Biopharm Catalyst something. I'm going to find it here for you guys. Biopharm Catalyst. And on this website, they have the dates, and they have, you can search up all the bios, and you can see the catalyst calendars. You can see the FDA calendar, the PDUFA calendar, and that'll just help you find stocks that you want to swing and find stocks with upcoming data, NDA filings, priority review. Those are always good ones, and it'll just help you find stuff that's easy money if you're early. So if you're able to wait, you can just easily make that money. Now here's another bio, RMTI. I actually used to be in this a long time ago, right around here, and this was when they were having FDA approval. They had a run-up, and I'd like you guys to note something is that actually once these run-ups do occur, after the actual approval, there's usually a spike, and then it always proceeds to come down. It just always will sell off before that next catalyst is coming, because generally there's dilution right after approvals like that, so you kind of got to be careful with that. Now the reason I'm actually swinging this one right now is for two reasons, and it's just getting pretty low here. If you compare this, it should have general support down here. It hasn't been this low in a long time. You'd have to zoom back pretty far to see that support, which is pretty crazy considering this is a fundamentally strong company. COVID has actually put a few of their things on hold, but those things should be opening up soon. And then here it's just forming a base. We have 4 straight days of it just not dropping below a down, or just not dropping and making a downtrend, and here we actually had a nice spike. So it has recently begun kind of shifting up, even though we are way down here right now. Now another reason I took a position here is because of this filing here, and this is a 13G filing, which is basically someone saying that they have a certain position in this stock, and they actually have 5,960,265 shares, and they're required to post that. So this filing came out today claiming that they have 6.5% stake in the company, which is always a good thing for the stock price. There's sometimes that those things will just hit and you'll get a huge stock price increase, and sometimes it'll just kind of not move at all, which is what this one did today, but I decided to take a position anyways. just because it's forming this base here. And a target, my first target would be here right around 115, 116, and if it can break that, my next target would be just right around here, 130. And of course we do have this gap to fill, and like I will kind of go into towards the end, I have a few books I am going to recommend that everyone reads, but gaps like these are almost always filled, depending on the stock. I would say some stocks, they're not always filled, like shippers. Shippers you should just avoid in general. Don't swing those. You can day trade them, but just don't hold them for too long. The gaps on those are rarely ever filled because they're just doing offering after offering after offering. Anyways, next here we're going to go to INO. And the reason I kind of chose this one is because right now they are working on a COVID vaccine, and that was put on hold. But we were still actually waiting on some more data, and the CEO has came out and publicly said that he is almost guaranteed that they're going to get government funding for this vaccine, and that could just be big money. I know we've seen other vaccine names, I believe NVAX. Now they started way down here pre-pandemic, $3 around there, and have just been on an absolute tear, actually touching 189.40 up here, which is just insane. So I guess the reason I'm swinging that is because if they do get that government funding or end up getting some new data that just puts them ahead of the curve, this could just be a huge stock. It's already been 33.79 before, so I just took a position here. It's put on hold for just for a little while. I mean, it's not going to be on hold forever, and it's not going to get canceled. So you're essentially getting free money as long as you have the patience here for this one. It's forming a base here. The volume's been good. If we get any good news, this is just going to come right back up to this level, and that's a solid 40-50% just for waiting. Now, another thing I want to note when looking for a stock to swing is the volume. If you're looking for bottomed out charts like this one, you want to see heavy volume down here. Like INO, the volume's been heavier. That's showing that someone is accumulating. Same with RMTI. Right down here, the volume's just been heavier. That means that it's accumulating, it's ready to move up. You're just playing the waiting game at that point. So for example, I want to show this one, which could have looked like accumulation, but was actually just kind of pumpers trying to pump the stock up. Now this stock, JFU, they have not posted financials since 2019, which likely means their financials are terrible. So even though this stock got a little pump here and showed some volume, that volume was kind of artificial, just from like StockTwits pumpers and stuff. So this is something that you would just sell, this pop right here, and that's kind of something you have to know and look for, is just look for like stocks that are just not worth holding on to, I guess. You just kind of gotta make sure that you're playing like a quality company, and I mean, it'll just take experience to kind of learn what those companies are. But generally, stuff that's priced under $2 is generally not a quality company, so that'll kind of give you an idea. I know I said I'm swinging RMTI, but this is a bio, and they are a very fundamentally strong company. They just had some stuff put on hold because of COVID, so now they're trading down here. And that's another reason I kind of added them as a swing, is because eventually they will get back on track and start moving up. Anyways, like I said, I was going to talk about one other thing towards the end of this video. There's two books that I recommend every trader reads before trading, and I'm going to post a link to those in the description. But the first one is Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling, and the second one is Charting and Technical Analysis by Fred McAllen. Those are the two books that I read. I did read one other book, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, but that one was a lot more boring and not as fun to read. So I just recommend reading the first two. That's kind of where I learned everything I know. And from there, I've just kind of honestly learned from experience and just knowing what to play, what not to play, what to avoid, what to go for, and so on. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.